Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to another Halo Theory video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Halo Wars 2 and how I think it might link in with the main storyline. So, a little recap for those who either can't remember or didn't finish Halo Wars originally. The game ended with 3 of the remaining members of Red Team, Douglas, Alice and Jerome, going into cryosleep on the UNSC Spirit of Fire as it drifted through space. Also in cryo on the ship is Ellen Anders, Captain Cutter, and not in cryosleep, but the AI Serena is also on the ship. Now when it comes to talking about Halo Wars 2, the legendary ending is really important. I'm going to play it for you now.
Captain, wake up. Something has happened.
So, as you can hear, that's Serena talking to Captain Cutter in a really serious tone, saying something has happened. Now hold that thought, I'm going to get back to that in a little bit. So, for this video, I have 2 theories about where Halo Wars 2 is going to go story-wise, why there are brutes on the ship, and how it's going to link into the main storyline eventually. Now, before I start talking about these 2 theories, I'd appreciate it greatly if you could leave a like rating down below. It means a lot to me, and it shows me that you guys are enjoying these theory videos, as far-fetched and crazy as they might be, so I'd appreciate it greatly if you could leave a like rating. Okay, down to business. Theory number 1. Now, this theory centers a lot around the year that Halo Wars 2 is going to take place, because that closes so many doors in relation to other theories that could be true, and it also confirms quite a lot of stuff for us. So, the year that Halo Wars 2 has to take place before is 2537. The reason for this is that Serena, the shipboard AI, was put into service in 2530. AIs go rampant after 7 years, so 2530 add 7 is 2537. So Serena will have gone rampant if the game takes place after 2537, which is unlikely given that legendary ending, because to me, she didn't sound rampant at all, she sounded very sane and logical. Now, if we roll with this and accept that Halo Wars 2 is set before 2537, that means that the brutes in the Halo Wars 2 trailer are likely to be old Sanshayun-led Covenant brutes, so they're brutes from the old Covenant that we saw in Halo 1, 2 and 3. This also means that Halo Wars 2 should technically occur before the fall of Reach, and therefore before the game Halo Reach. This is really interesting because it means that a lot of the technology and weapons and vehicles we'll be using will be the old variants that were used during the Human Covenant War, because obviously all the technological developments that have happened after the war haven't happened yet, so we'll be using like old BR variants, old assault rifle variants, old Warthog variants, old Scorpion variants. It'll be awesome to see. Now bear in mind that this is only the case if the legendary ending of Halo Wars 1 leads almost directly into Halo Wars 2. This might not be the case because of a panel in Escalation. I think it was issue 6 where Lord Hood talks about the Spirit of Fire and how it was lost, and then he's talking about the Spirit of Fire in 2558, and then as he's talking about it, the scene shifts to a picture of the Spirit of Fire drifting through space with a flood infection form on it, and it is possible that the pictures of the Spirit of Fire are what is happening to the Spirit of Fire as Lord Hood talks about it, and not sort of a flashback, so that could be some evidence towards Halo Wars 2 taking place in 2558, but I doubt it. Now, my second theory links in quite a lot with this panel from Escalation, which involves a flood infection form walking about the cryo chamber on the Spirit of Fire. Now, this theory is primarily focused on how the Halo Wars 2 story could and might link in with the main storyline at some point in the future. So I'm going to start off by talking about the scene in Escalation on the Spirit of Fire with the flood infection form. Now on a display above the cryotubes you can see abandoned ship. Now I have 2 explanations for this, and this might seem like a really small factor, but it could lead to something really big. So the first explanation for this is that the remaining crew were told to abandon ship as brutes invaded it, like was shown in the Halo Wars 2 reveal trailer. And then, after the crew had completely abandoned the Spirit of Fire, the flood then infected the ship, and that is the tile that we see in Escalation. Or it could be to warn crew members that the flood have gotten on board the Spirit of Fire, and that they need to abandon ship ASAP, otherwise they're all going to be fucked. Also, linking back to the Halo Wars 1 legendary ending, when Serena says something has happened, she might be telling the crew to abandon ship because of what happened, whether that be flood or brutes boarding the ship. Either way, that display may be because of that. So, how does Halo Wars 2 link into the main storyline? Well, the flood on the Spirit of Fire could be to do with Serena. If Halo Wars 2 is set in 2558, i.e. modern day Halo, Serena would have been severely rampant, and in 2558 also, Cortana begins recruiting, in air quotes, lots of AI from across the galaxy to join her created. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit crazy, because I'm basing this theory off another one of my theories that I believe to be true, but might not be. You can click on screen right now to go to a video where I talk about this theory. It's relating to Cortana and her being in a part of the domain that is corrupted by the Flood, which is why she goes against humanity. Now, going off this theory, because she is corrupted by the Flood and the Precursors who want to control the galaxy again, and unify all sentient beings into one race, i.e. the Flood, Serena infecting the Spirit of Fire would make sense, because it would add another ship to Cortana's fleet to attack any other sentient beings with that would be infected with Flood, and would possibly also have a crew that is also infected by the Flood. So it would just strengthen her attack. Now, I know that this is super tenuous and probably not true, but as of right now we don't really have much information to go on at all, apart from 3 pages in Escalation. But when we get more story information about Halo Wars 2, I will be sure to create an updated theory video, possibly building off these theories in this video, or completely debunking them and making new ones, because I'm pretty sure that we're going to get some new information very soon, bearing in mind the game does drop in less than a year now, so we're bound to get some more story information soon. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe if you're new, helps a lot. Tell me in the comments down below what you thought of it, and in the next video we're going to be taking a look at the future of the Flood and how they're going to work their way back into the story, one infection form at a time.